Hey Tinkers, it's Mr. Patrick here at the library with another video for Tinkerbox 2025. Already we've unboxed and we've taken a look at our solar cells powering a fan, and we've used that fan to power a light. And now we're gonna do something kind of fun here. We're gonna make ourselves a little bot, a TurtleBot, a solar powered wiggle bot. I think it's kind of cute, and the first thing you're gonna need for this one is your green template. You are going to cut on all of the solid lines like so, and you'll be folding on any of the dotted lines. Before I go forward with that, I want to decorate this a little bit. I want to get creative, get a little artsy. So I found a good marker. You can use crayons or pencils to make this TurtleBot unique to you and your aesthetic. So take a minute and color up one of these templates. I'm going to finish cutting along the solid lines. Don't forget these little ones here. Okay. Next, I got to do all the folding. So these guys fold back. Like so. And this is going to turn into sort of like a box. I guess that makes it a box turtle. All right, so these pieces fold together like that. I suppose you could do this thin tabs underneath if you'd rather. It's going to look kind of like that. That part fits on there. I might give it another little pinch on the corner so it holds in place. And to be extra sure that my shell stays boxy, I am going to put a little bit of tape in there. So you can flip it over, add just a little bit of tape underneath, like that. And these guys should stay nice and solid like that. Okay, there's my box. And you can imagine my solar panel is going to go right on top. I'm going to use the motor without this piece. I'm going to go ahead and throw that part away. And the key here is that these guys are going to have to get attached to the back of this before it goes on top. Okay? Okay, next up, I'm going to take my motor and I'm going to put this without the bracket in the bottom. I'm going to try to center it right there in the middle before I tape it down. Kind of like that. Maybe one more piece of tape here just to make sure it doesn't come loose, because this thing is going to wobble all over the place once my TurtleBot is complete. Okay. And while I'm down here, I'm going to take one of these pulleys and I'm going to attach it on there. Now I'm not going to use the center hole. I'm going to use the one way off to the side there. All right. So you see how it's all the way off to the side? Yeah, I want to go ahead and use one that's nice and firm. And I want to test it out and make sure that it's going to spin without touching the side of my turtle shell. But I also want to make sure that it's not going to fly off. And I want to make sure that it's lopsided, right? It should be spinning in a way that's going to throw the weight around, because this is a wobbly TurtleBot, and that's the design. Okay, I can take these leads and feed them through the small corners in the shell. You see, like this. I'm going to tuck that into that small corner and feed it to the outside of my shell, like that. Okay, do the same on the other side. Feeding that wire out the little corner and out here like this. All right. Now I can attach it to my solar panel. All right. By now you should be pretty good at this part because you made that fan move. Okay. And I'm going to attach that part there. You can tuck the excess length of wire underneath if you want it to be hidden, or if you want a bot that looks a little bit more robotic, you can leave those exposed. Alrighty. Boop, right there in the middle. All right, now it looks like my turtle's hiding because I have not attached the head or the tail. So that's the last bit to get the full effect. We'll go ahead and add this. He's so cute. There we go. And the tail. Put that there. Bend that tail over. And we can take it outside and test it. I will say there may be some modifications that you want to make depending on how your turtle wiggles. You might decide to add some paper clips for some weight, and to add strength, you could add tape on here. You can bend these in or out to get a certain effect. So these small changes to your turtle are going to affect the way that it wiggles and wobbles. But one of the keys is that I don't want it to get too heavy. Otherwise, it's just going to bounce up and down and it's not going to actually move anywhere. But we'll really only know once I get it outdoors where there's plenty of sunlight.